Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Report. We're gonna start drinking early this episode. It's not a way to forget, but as to not remember the rough week I just had. Really rough week I just had. Anyways, this week was pretty bad, in general, for just about every single game. So we're just gonna go ahead and just zoom through the whole last week's recap shit. JC got absolutely butt-fucked by Timmy. Ruben lost to that cheating piece of shit communist, pretty bad. Christopher got beat by Couch's team of, literally fucking nobodies. Zach lost, as I expected, even though my analyst told me he was gonna win. Don't know how the hell he was ever supposed to beat Alex. Somebody is getting fired. Trevor needed Ayuk to score 30 to end Cody's perfect season. Yeah, he scored 9. And now finally on to some exciting news. Not like good for Fantasy Report type of news, but Ben just finally got his first win of the season to none other than Dad. So congrats. It does indeed really suck for Fantasy Report, but I am happy to see you not be the lone loser in this league. On top of that, it does make the race for last place once again much more interesting. And finally, we have the one outlier this week. It was our only good game, and it was also probably the best game I've ever seen personally in this entire league, I feel like. It was between Luke and myself, once again. Be really nice if I could stop having these historically good games this season. I really cannot take this fucking stress every single week. This one started with DJ Moore dropping 49. Then before I could even wake up on Sunday, ATN gave me 36. I should have been a clear-cut victory in any other league. Except that I had the opportunity to play Jamar Chase, who dropped 52 fucking points. And then I got to, be a little... It's weird watching because as a Dolphins fan, it's like, hell yeah, Kane had a good game. But then on the other end, he scored 21.5 on me, and it's like, fuck. Kane had a good game. And then on top of that, New Orleans defense drops 22. And then fucking Taylor Swift's boyfriend drops 22. So I somehow found myself down by 20.9 going into Monday with just Jacoby Myers left to play. Now let me tell you, that motherfucker was having a game. So good of a game that if you only read the group chat, you would have thought that I won the fucking game in the second quarter. Unfortunately, if you were actually watching the game, you would know that I didn't. I was still down by 7 at halftime. Myers would catch a pass, putting me down by 0.4 with just 7 minutes left in the game. So I finally got the pull away that I needed. I just needed one more play. Now let me introduce you to Jordan Love, who single-handedly turned that game into a run-the-ball 3 times for the Raiders after throwing nothing but fucking interceptions in the last 7 minutes. Fuck the Packers, fuck Jordan Love, and fuck you, Danny, for liking that team. Had the best game I had all season, putting my winning streak in the fucking grave with the best game I had all fucking season. You know, and at the same time, I also decided I might as well just fucking throw my hopes and aspirations this season in that grave, too. Do it, you pussy! So, Ben getting a win, I do want to go over the standings, as race for last place is as good of a fucking year as we've ever had. Pretty sure like 4 or 5 of you on 1 and 4 right now, so we're going to get right into that. We're only going to go over our top performers, or like, you know, not the top, you know, like the bottom 7. Coming in at number 7, we got Adam Couch, who has built his way all the way up from his previous dog shit rating. And now he's basically in the hunt for the playoffs. So congratulations to Couch. At number 6, we have none other than me. It's crazy because I just won my game. wouldn't be on this list. At number 5, we got Mr. Daniel Dad God. It might almost be time to hit the panic button because things just keep getting worse. Although I still do refuse to say anything bad, because the last time I fucking did that, he dropped 173 points on my head, and I don't need that right now. At the 4th spot, we got Rubo. Haven't heard much from him. Kind of. Pretty sure he just made some trades. Good trade for him, too. We aren't going to go over it, though. Yeah, I don't do that shit. I will say he has had the most points scored against him, but yeah, number 4 is pretty fitting for him right now. Cracking the top 3 spot. Drum roll! Coming in 3rd place, Luke Sr. Trevor has had a historically bad 2 years. But he's still not like the league's favorite for last place just yet. At number 2, we have a change in the rankings. Mr. Benjamin Papsmear Germany is no longer the favorite to lose the league after his crushing victory, which leaves us with just one name left. Timmy. I'm kidding, it's Zach Collis. Fucking property team. He did make some trades that I felt benefit him. But just because of how bad his roster was before those, he's still here. I mean, it's a neck-and-neck competition. He'll most likely move out of this once we actually see what his new team looks like. But there's 5 teams that are 1-4. Cheers to not being 1-4. So I know you've all been waiting on the Fennell interview to figure out the couch allegations. Or you haven't. It doesn't fucking matter. This is my show, and I say you have, so you have. But regardless, the Orlando PD has just uncovered a huge finding in the black market trade ring. Found out it was run by JC, the owner of Zilf. So we're going to go ahead and put the Zach interview on hold while we discuss this with JC, who is currently out on bail, to try to figure out what the hell's really going on over there at Zach Wilmon.
What is up, JC? Owner of Zach Wilmon Zilf. Welcome to Fantasy Report. You know, you've been in the league for 2 years. Actually, I'm gonna go off script. Actually, because there is a question I did have that I didn't write down. But you know what, man? Since you joined, I've been trying to figure out. Like, your name makes me mad. I understand the name, but why is it so damn long?
Dude, honestly, I need to change it. It was just like a spur of the moment thing last year. Like, after the whole, you know, Zach Wilson mom friend fucking thing.
Yeah, man. Best QB ever.
And, like, I wanted it to be, like, somewhat clever, but it ended up just being way too long of a name.
Yeah,
I'll probably change it.
I mean, Zilf was cool. I was always just like, man,
Yeah.
Zach Wilmon would have been cool and make your abbreviations Zilf, and just, or Zilf would have been cool with your abbreviations also Zilf.
It honestly should have just, I might just change it to Zilf, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I
Just
call
run
you in
with it.
Fantasy Report anyways at
Yeah.
this point. It's too hard for me to sit here and be like, alright, Zach Wilmon Zilf.
No, I agree.
Alright, well, speaking of Zach Wilson, we're gonna talk about how your team's been performing of recent, man. Are you regretting any of these trades at this point? I mean, on paper, you have a scary team, but since the Trevor and Couch trades, man, you went from undefeated to 3-2, and you haven't scored 100 since.
I'm not worried about it. I mean, you know, I'm just in the first moments of my new team. I
Right.
can't expect big things right away. And then, you know, Austin Eckler's been out. So
Yeah,
as
exactly.
soon as he comes in, you know, Bijan's going to be my RB2. And I'm expecting big
terrifying.
numbers out of Eckler every game. So I'm not worried. I got a solid team. You know, shit like that just happens every once in a while.
Yeah, I think your best bet right now at this point, you know, Timmy is still terrifying. As long as we can hope to God that Timmy falls apart because of these injuries and he loses the
yeah.
next 4 to 5 games and misses the playoffs, that's the best case scenario here. Other than that, I
That's
mean,
the thing, you know, like we're still early in the season.
Yeah,
I got plenty of time.
you may have performed low the last 2 weeks, but I do personally feel like, you know, it's between like you, Alex, Cody, and Timmy. You know, I would love to be a wild card team and get bounced or whatever, but, you know, we're hoping for the best.
can't get lucky on Monday nights every day, or every Monday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I almost did. Freaking.
You almost did.
Oh God, I fuck Danny for that, man. Screw his team. Hate the Packers now, bro. Ruined that shit for me.
Yeah, Jordan Love fucked me in another league.
Yeah, I hate that guy now. I'm a huge Jordan Love hater now.
Yeah, me too. I dropped him.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy. Regardless of that, man, I mean, we were talking about trades. I think it's time we start talking about the fact that you have an absolute cockhole in the league with the trade markets all season so far. I mean, was this something going into the season that you anticipated? Was this something that, like, I drafted your team, or you drafted your team and you're like, I'm not sure these guys can win? All right.
Well, I mean, I kind of did the same thing last year, but like my strategy was a little altered this year, going in thinking that it was a dynasty and drafting like only rookies. But I mean, it's worked out very well. You know, I got started with the tank trade. Sorry, Derek.
And don't remind me.
But you know, I moved on to that.
This
and
has already
honestly,
been a
the
rough
thing
week.
is, the thing is though, it's like 2 of the trades were offered to me.
Really?
Yeah, like Trevor offered me AJ Brown and Zay Jones for Mostert, and I added on I think it was Dodson, you know, just to
Yeah, I think you threw Dodson in there.
make it a little more fair. And then Alex hit me up after I said that AR was on the block, and he was like Scary Terry or Jordan Addison for Richardson 1-for-1, and I went with Addison.
Yeah, you straight scooped that junk from under me. I immediately tried to get him with Brock Purdy before I got to Ben about that. At the second, he was like, bro, I need a QB, and then you hit up, AR's on the block, but ruined that junk for me.
Yeah, no, and then, you know, it just kept rolling from there. Like, I just was talking to Couch because I realized that I had a weakness in the RB position. And I feel like I got a pretty good deal for Pollard. And then,
Yeah, and then I don't even think he played a game for you. Just straight gone. I mean,
no, he was, because I don't remember, actually.
I think you just straight flipped him for.
Yeah,
did he play a game for you? I don't know.
Yeah, it does matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. He's gone now.
Yeah, but you know, I just kept rolling, and like, while it was funny because I think you were in Discord that night, but I was sitting in here talking to Zach like right after me and Couch made the trade.
Yeah,
I was
probably.
like, I was like, Zach, I'll trade, you know, and he was like, I was like, I want Bijan and CD, and you know, I offered up Pollard and Pittman and Collins, and he actually said yeah, and I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah, it's just
I was like, this is
frustrating.
it.
We can't even hit you with collusion or anything like trade rape because it's not. You just keep
You know, I've
building.
been trying to be fair.
Yeah, very fair trades. It's just absolute cockhold on the trade market.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
I
gonna
just
stop
got
this.
really lucky with my bench players performing so well, you know, selling them high.
So this is genuinely one of my favorite questions to ask, and now that you've told me, like, people are offering you trades, how many other trades have you gotten? Like, is there, like, notably awful trades that you have received that people have just tried to swindle you out of, or?
I mean, other than that last Fennell trade that he sent around to everybody, other than that, it hasn't been bad. You know, honestly, looking back, I think I offered Cody an insane trade at the beginning of the year.
No, I never heard about it.
That I'm really happy that he didn't take, looking back.
I mean, what players would it have involved? I'm sure you don't remember the
pull it
full
up.
trade.
Okay, I got
you
it right
do.
here.
Okay.
It was literally after week 1, I offered him Nico Collins and TJ Hawkinson for Calvin Ridley straight up.
Hindsight's
you know,
2020, man. I mean, I felt like Calvin was gonna do good too. I would have traded a lot.
Oh my
And
God,
Nico
yeah.
wasn't supposed to be anything, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I picked him up in like the 10th round, I think it was.
Yeah,
I had a feeling that he was going to perform, but I just wasn't expecting CJ Stroud to play like this.
Nah, I thought it was gonna be like Robert Woods the first 4 or 5
Yeah.
weeks was gonna go crazy, and then after that, all the receivers would put up pretty mid numbers at like 11 or 12. I didn't think Nico was just gonna take all of the target share.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there is one trade that I do kind of regret not taking, and that was with Zach, with Fennell.
Oh, for now.
Yeah, it was actually a trade that I felt like was kind of sided towards me. It was Laporta and Pickman for Komet and Cup.
Whew.
Yeah. Just looking back,
'cause
like,
Komet ended up.
Yeah, but you know, I already have TJ Hawkinson, and Laporta was just my backup tight end. I was really just going for Cup, but at the same time, I am glad that I didn't take it because that rolled into the Pollard trade, which rolled into the Bijan CD trade.
Yeah, because you ended up with CD too. That's the big thing. I cannot believe Zach gave that shit up. If it weren't for the fact that I'm not Fennell, I would have had to turn around and go straight over to Zach and let the stupid jit know not to give you CD as well. He's just so stressing about receivers. And, like, you gave him good receivers back, so there's no problem with the trade. But it's like, Zach, you gave up, like, a top 5 receiver. Like, and he ain't been performing great, but
10, top 15 in Michael Pittman, but you know it's been inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean it was a win now move for Zach, who at this point is now rated as like the worst team in the league after Ben got a win. So I mean, congratulations, Ben. That's a big one.
I still think that Zach's team isn't bad though.
No, I think he made trades to help him. I think it was more so the early days on why he's so bad right now. I think he should jump up a little bit. I still have Ben as like my pick personally. You know, we'll go ahead. What's your pick? I mean, we're gonna ask everybody when we get him on. So
for last place.
For last place, it's a close one. I mean, there's like 5 1-4 teams.
I do want to say Zach Hollis, but I think his team's going to start performing a lot more. I don't know. I feel like Ben fucked up getting rid of Justin Fields.
Yeah. No, that was a rough one.
I will say Adam Thielen has been fucking performing.
Yeah, Adam Thielen was a very bright spot in that trade.
Yeah, for sure. I think that saved it. Because, you know, he still has Purdy, who puts up good enough numbers.
Good enough numbers. Like that's a starting quarterback. Yeah, like you can't be mad at that in a 14-man league.
Yeah, he's super consistent.
Yeah, he's gonna get you those numbers every week. It's Kyle Shanahan, so I mean that's just how that goes. Yeah. I mean, I was always just I'm thinking about it. Trevor might have the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, Trevor's God.
As much as I hate to say it, Mostert was good in the beginning, but Achon is starting to take that lead back.
Oh, he's hurt. They're expecting him to miss multiple weeks. Yeah, Trevor should actually be up on the up and coming because of that. Yeah, I looked. He was questionable, and I was checking him out, and apparently, like the Miami staff is anticipating that he misses multiple weeks with some knee injury.
I think Trevor's gonna cop a dub this week because Miami's playing Carolina.
Oh yeah.
And Mostert's putting 25, 30 points up easily.
Yeah, because Jeff Wilson's still gone. Achane, whatever you want to call him at this point. That last name with an A, he's probably most likely not playing. I'm just really hoping Waddle has a game. You know, Mostert can end up with 12. That's cool if Waddle can get 30 for me, but whatever.
Yeah, you're asking too much. You had DJ Moore last week.
Yeah, and we could just alternate weeks between the receivers. Maybe next week Waddle gets me 50, and the week after that, if Jacoby Myers wants to have a week, all him to give me 50.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, that's about all we had to go through. We keep these decently short. Thanks for being on the show.
For sure.
Any final words? Any concerns that you feel like the league should know about before I get you out of here?
Final words. I need a flex, so I am willing to trade.
Has you or a loved one been affected by the sudden trade drought? It feels like nobody can make a trade without it first going through JC and his team of soul-stealing monsters as he runs the entire trade market. The price of a player is so high nowadays that it's impossible for your average blue-collar player to afford even a person like Tyler
Well, I know I am. And I am just sick and tired of the person that we voted for commissioner do absolutely nothing about this. It's time that we take a stand against corporate fantasy and look to a new leader. Someone that you can trust.
Vote Trevor for the 2026 Cock and Ball Torture Commissioner. Let's make fantasy great again.
I am Trevor Stutzman, and I approve this message. Loyalty.
And clown of the week goes out to none other than Zach Hollis. I'm kidding. Zach is actually finally completely safe this week. I have no problem with anything that he's done. And honestly, nobody decided to do any true, clown of the week type of activities. So we were forced to give it to none other than the god of the league himself, Danny. He didn't do anything wrong. He just lost to Ben, which once again ruined my hopes and dreams of somebody having an 0-14 season. Keep your heads up though. We'll get him next year, guys. I believe one of you will fuck up bad enough finally. We do have an honorable mention. After Christopher lost to a guy who started Rico Dowdle. If you've never heard of him, you shouldn't. He'd be clown of the week, but I'm just much more upset that Ben got a win. We got Tim versus Dirk to start. At this point, I got the 52-48 odds as Timmy's whole team is on IR. We got Christopher versus Rubo. Christopher's got the 51-49 odds right now. That should be a good game. Hopefully. JC versus Zag. JC, somehow, Zach keeps walking out of here with winning odds. Zach has the 53-47 odds on him. We got Communist versus Luke Sr. Trevor's getting fucking murdered. It's gonna be, we got 70-30 odds. We thought about putting historically low odds there, but he still does have Justin Fields, which could give him 50. I mean, it's possible, but it's pretty bad. We got Couch versus Dan. At this point, Danny's got the 55-45 odds on Couch, who still has not gotten his running back situation fixed whatsoever. He is sitting down bad. I expect him to drop on that list we were talking about earlier. We got Luke versus Cody. I hate to break it to y'all, I do not believe Luke is going to end Cody's perfect season this week. I got Cody with the 58-42 odds on him, and somebody's got to do it. In the final game, we got Alex versus Ben. Alex posting winning odds finally has the 62-38 odds on Ben. Really shouldn't be a good one either. That does it for this week. Come back next week as we discuss the fall of Timmy, who just lost JJ for the next 4 weeks. And also James Conner. He still has Tyreek Hill, and he still did drop 140 with JJ only scoring 5. So, I really hope that this is the fall of Timmy. Regardless, Godspeed from the Cock and Ball Torch organization, and good luck to everybody except for fucking Timmy. God, Lord have mercy on my soul.